Thanks for pressing play. Welcome to Lochhead on Marketing. We are a #1 business charting Apple podcast, and you are listening to the world's first marketing Podstorm, 30 days of strategies and ideas to help you up the downturn. Now, on this episode, have you ever noticed how people talk about market categories? It's one of the things that drives me the most crazy. Actually, to be candid with you, it drives me crazy almost every day because of this. If you listen closely, you'll hear the roots of failure in the thinking and speaking and writing of a lot of people involved with business. Read any business publication and you'll see how they perpetuate one of the biggest lies in business, and that is saying that markets are like the weather. That is to say, market categories are an is, and we have no impact on them. And for that, I call bullshit. This is a lie standing in plain sight, and yet few people challenge it unless you're a pirate, dreamer, or an innovator. And so today we're going to talk about how we actually can design market categories and not be the victim of them. My friends at Oracle NetSuite are the #1 cloud business system. Check out netsuite.com/different. That's netsuite.com/different. And Splunk helps you bring data to everything. Visit splunk.com/D2E. That's SPLUNK.com/D, the number 2, the letter E. Now, hey ho, let's go. Welcome to Lochhead on Marketing, where we're trying the world's first marketing Podstorm, 30 days of strategies and ideas to help you create the future of your choosing. Hey ho, let's go. All right. In business, you hear a lot of stuff like this. The market for trucks is really down. Demand for bananas is soft right now. Haha, sorry, I couldn't help myself. The cloud space is on fire. And here's an actual story from the Wall Street Journal talking about IBM's numbers back in October 2019. And if you start listening, if you start paying attention, you'll notice this kind of speaking, this kind of paradigm, this kind of context. And it's undeclared, unchallenged, and even unnoticed in legendary publications like the Wall Street Journal. Listen, quote, IBM's overall revenue still slipped by 4% to $18.03 billion in the quarter, coming in below Wall Street's estimates and led mainly by the slowdown in global technology services. So they're saying that IBM's shortfall was led by a slowdown in global technology services. Quote unquote, global technology services is a mega category. And the way they say it, even though they don't come out and declare it, is as if the quote, slowdown in global technology services is like the weather. Think about the weather gal or guy on TV, and they say, tomorrow is going to be a foggy morning in Santa Cruz, California, and then it'll burn off about 11:30, and then we're expecting highs in the afternoon of about 72 degrees, blah, 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 blah. And you and I can't do shit about the weather, but we can about in this case, the global technology services market category. Here's why this discussion, this talking about categories like they're this thing out there that we have no control over, like the weather, is such bullshit. There was zero demand for bubblegum until Walter Dimer created both the product and the category in 1928. And today, so think about this. Before Walter, so in 1927, there was no bubble gum. There was gum, but there wasn't bubble gum. Today, bubble gum is a $28.9 billion category. Before 1928, demand was zero. And now it's a $29 billion category. That got created. That was not the weather. Walter was not sitting around picking his butt and then magically the bubblegum category appeared. No, there was no latent demand. This is the other one I hear all the time. Oh, they didn't create demand. The demand was already there. They just tapped into it. No, that's bullshit too. There was zero demand for bubblegum. Absolutely zero. Walter created it. And now it's a $29 billion category. Here's a more recent one that knocks me over. Esports. We didn't have this term esports. That's a new thing. And according to Statistica, in 2018, the global esports market was nearly 865 million US dollars and is going to reach 1.8 billion by 2022. Okay. So we're now pushing up on an almost $2 billion category that didn't exist just a few years ago. Andy Stout suggests that 106 million people viewed the 2017 World's Esports competition, and esports scholarships by American universities. Real learning institutions are giving out esports scholarships, and they grew an astonishing 480% in 2018. And on top of that, the final prize for the 2016 League of Legends World Championship in esports was $6.7 million. To put that in context, in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, one of the greatest champions in UFC history recently said he gets about $5 million a fight, and the final prize pool was $6.7 million for the League of Legends World Championships in esports. So what's my point? Just a few short years ago, there was zero demand for esports. There were zero esports scholarships. There was zero prize money for esports championships, and esports did not exist as a career. And now they're being considered athletes, and there's discussion about the possibility of esports at the Olympics. So I could give you millions of examples, but here's the point. Our businesses are not victims. We are not victims of the market. We have agency. We have the ability to affect how market categories behave. Legends, by definition, do not accept the way it is. They create the future of their choosing by designing and dominating new market categories. Before Mark Benioff, founder of Salesforce.com, there was no cloud computing. There was no cloud computing. In 2019, it was a $266 billion category, growing at 15%. And the guy started the company, if I'm not mistaken, 1998, 1999. So in just a little over 20 years, no cloud, zero. Now 266 billion, growing at 15%. So market categories are not the weather. Every category exists because someone designed it. Right now, someone is designing or redesigning the future of your market category. And I would assert to you that because of all of the massive change going on right now, brought on by C19, brought on by massive calls for social justice and change, we are living in a cocoon time, and somebody is designing or redesigning the future of your market category. And my question for you is it you? Or are you like most people, hanging out, wondering what the weather is going to be like tomorrow in your category? On our next episode, we'll talk about what a category designer is. All right, we would like to thank my good friends at Oracle NetSuite. America is getting back to work, but to create a powerful future, you need every advantage, and that's where NetSuite by Oracle comes in. Recently, NetSuite surveyed hundreds of business leaders and assembled a legendary playbook on the top strategies that they are using as America reopens for business. To receive your free guide, the 7 actions you need to take now, and to schedule your free product tour, visit netsuite.com/different. That's netsuite.com/different. And one thing is insanely clear right now: the power of data. Data is Listen, I'm going to get outrageous. Data is the most strategic, under monetized asset that we have. And my friends at Splunk are the category queens and kings of data to everything. They help you bring data to every question, every decision, and every action. And Splunk turns data into doing. Visit splunk.com/D2E. That's SPLUNK.com/D, the number 2, and the letter E. My friends at Atranet have been building B2B websites in Silicon Valley for over 20 years. Check them out, atre.net. My friends at onelifefullylive.org are the nonprofit helping you dream, plan, and live your best life. And man, we all need help with that, particularly now. My second book, Niche Down, How to Be Legendary by Being Different. Check it out. Makes a wonderful gift for all of your company. Today's information is provided to you solely for informational purposes. This oddcast is the sole property of the Lochhead Oddcast Network, and we would love it if you shared the shit out of it. And by the way, we've been getting a lot of emails and tweets and LinkedIns and stuff from you. Thank you so much. We feel your shares out there. We've gotten many notes from CEOs and founders and CMOs and UFOs saying they're sharing the Podstorm with their marketing team, and in some cases with their whole company. So thank you so much for sharing this oddcast. We're produced and edited by living podcast legend Jason DeFilippo, Sarah Knox and Jamie J. Build Lochhead.com and do other awesome shit around here. Show notes by Diane Gervasio. Candy Dandy keeps the trains running on time. Love you, Mom and Dad. And the thought I'll leave you with today comes from Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Please stay safe, stay legendary, and until we're together again, follow your different.